This right here is one of the best kept secrets with Nikon in saving you money as a photographer to get into the Nikon Z mirrorless system without having to break the bank. So in this video, we're going to be talking about this thing, the Nikon FTZ adapter, and how it's going to save you money going to the Nikon Z mirrorless system. What's up guys, it's Project Photography back in the video, and today the Nikon Z system is one of the most affordable full frame mirrorless systems that you can buy today. The Sony system as well as the Canon EOS R system are definitely a little more expensive than the Nikon system, which is why a lot of photographers have gravitated over to the Nikon Z system. We have camera bodies used for under $1,000 like the Nikon Z5, and sometimes even the Z6 can be found for under $1,000, and relatively cheap used Nikon Z glass. And they have great performance, and it's a really easy platform to step into because of the fantastic performance that comes with these Nikon Z lenses and cameras. But if you're on a budget, the Nikon Z mirrorless system isn't necessarily the cheapest full frame system you can get out there. The Nikon F mount has that beat by a pretty good margin. But if you want to get into the Nikon mirrorless system, but you don't want to have to spend all that money on expensive glass, this right here is going to help you save a ton of money and still allow you to get into that mirrorless system without having to break your bank. Nikon Z mount lenses are incredible lenses, absolutely fantastic. They have incredible image quality, they have incredible autofocus speeds, and they work flawlessly with the Nikon Z mount. But at the end of the day, they are still more expensive than the Nikon F mount counterparts. And there's a few reasons why. First of all, when you're purchasing a Nikon F mount, I'm talking all this used, by the way, when I reference prices and whatnot, I'm talking about on the used market. When you're buying a Nikon F mount, this mount has been around for quite some time. There's gonna be more lenses available in the actual used market than there will be for Nikon Z mount. Plus, on top of it, a lot of folks are moving from the Nikon F mount to the Nikon Z mount, thus selling their Nikon F mount stuff, making the prices much more deflated. For example, a Nikon 50mm f1.8s can run you about $449 used on eBay. But for example, if you went to the F mount version, the Nikon 50mm f1.8G, that'll run you about $115. There's a $300 price difference between both these lenses. Another example is the Nikon Z105mm f2.8. It has a macro lens that runs you about $775 used on eBay, whereas the Nikon 105mm f2.8G is around $425 used on eBay. And the last example I really want to bring out is the Nikon Z85mm f1.8s. That's around $600 used on eBay, versus the Nikon 85mm f1.8G that's going to run you about $230. And just because these lenses are cheaper does not necessarily mean it's worse. I mean, Nikon photographers have been using F-mount glass for quite some time now, and we've been able to get incredible images out of these lenses. And for me personally, I have used F-mount lenses way before I even picked up a Nikon Z mount. And before actually picking up a Z mount, of course, I had the F mount. I had that mount for about 4 years or so. With the Nikon D5500, the D600, I had to use all F-mount lenses, and honestly, the images I got out of those cameras were stunning. So I really wouldn't worry about, a huge degradation in image quality and performance because these lenses work just fine. But the thing is, the Nikon Z mount is native to the Z system, and it is a big reason why a lot of folks are wanting to move and go more native to the mirrorless system. But the main benefit, of course, of going with the Nikon F-mount stuff is that it's going to be cheaper, and that's just a fact. It's going to be cheaper in the long run. The stuff that you can find on eBay, because there's so much supply, it's just going to be more plentiful than the Nikon Z mount. But there's a huge benefit to this, and it's going to really allow you to build up your Nikon mirrorless system a lot faster than if you were to go with purely Nikon Z stuff. And let me explain how. For example, the 3 lenses I just mentioned, the 105, 85, and 50mm, if you were to get that all in Nikon Z mount, that'll run you about $1,889 for all those 3 lenses. But if you got those exact same equivalents for the Nikon F mount, they're going to run you about $770. Now with that money, you can do so much with it. That's $1,100. What you can do with it is use that money to build up your Nikon Z mount even more. You can buy more F-mount glass, you can expand your photography, you can get different lenses for different purposes and different needs. And you can also use that money to go on photography trips. You can actually go out and do more photography with that kind of money. And that's actually the great benefit of saving your money with the Nikon FTZ adapters, that you can actually do more photography because you have more money allotted to you. If you're a landscape photographer and you save your money by going with the Nikon F-mount stuff that, like I want to remind you, does the job just fine. You can still get incredible images out of it. You can go to places like Yosemite. You can go to your different vacation spots that you want to go and shoot your landscape photography at and get better images because you're able to save that money. And as a photographer, isn't that why we actually go out and do photography, is to be able to go out and shoot? we shouldn't let the gear that we have hold us back. Where we have come in terms of technology makes us that the older technology is more affordable to the masses. I mean, F-mount stuff was not necessarily the most affordable even a few years ago before the Z-mount came out, but because we have a lot of supply on the market when it comes to used camera gear, you're able to get your stuff for a lot cheaper and go out and do more photography. At the end of the day, that's really what matters in improving your photography, not necessarily having the most up-to-date stuff. And at the end of the day, it lets you focus on your photography and what matters most. And of course, it isn't saying that you have to stick with the Nikon F-mount forever. You can always upgrade to the Nikon Z stuff later. But for now, if you're getting your feet wet into the Nikon Z system, I really do believe that the F-mount adapter and using F-mount lenses is the way to go for a lot of photographers. You don't need to limit yourself in your photography by only having a few lenses for the Nikon Z mount because they're so expensive. I would really recommend picking up the FTZ adapter, adapting your lenses, and over time building up your kit to include more Nikon Z stuff. And when you feel ready, you can make the switch fully to the Nikon Z mirrorless system. I really do want to hone in that it's really more about the bodies when it comes to the mirrorless system. The lenses are something that's more timeless, but the bodies over time change. And if you can get into the Nikon mirrorless system earlier, then that's really just gonna be a huge benefit for a lot of photographers. So anyways, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. If you guys notice, I'm in a different space. I mean, this isn't my normal room. This is an actual studio that I have for myself and for my business partner who sits over there. We're working on our own sort of business, but I can use this for my YouTube stuff, and I'm really excited. I have a little desk over here that I can actually shoot a lot of my B-roll stuff on. So look out for these, more videos, and I feel like, the quality is gonna increase just a bit because I feel like I have more control over this environment. We're gonna add some stuff on the walls, make it a little more homey, but I'm really excited to actually be shooting here in the studio, guys. You have no idea how excited I am. This is gonna be an amazing adventure with you guys, and I'm taking you guys along for the ride. So let me know what you guys want to see when it comes to content. You guys want to see a little studio walkthrough sort of thing? I can introduce you guys around to the space and and I can show you guys my setup and all this. So if that's something you guys are interested in, please feel free to let me know down in the comment section down below. But anyways, guys, that is it for this video. If you like this video, please feel free to rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for experiencing the world with me today, and I will catch you guys in the next one.